everybody, we're back. I think you know me, Joey Ciccone, right? My buddy over here to my right makes everything happen. My engineer, Scott. Without him, as we say in Italian, forget about it, all right? We got Bob Perry, my new friend, you know, and these connections that happen and people that vouch for me are very important, and that's how it works. And this man is on the line today talking to me. I wish he was here in Vegas. I'd take him out for dinner and drinks. But Bob, let's get back to it. I want you to touch on, real quick, when we first talked about the book, it was called something else, correct?
Yeah, it was called Bowling for the Mob. And when we self-published it, Stephen and I, and we self-published it, we brought it to a book festival here in Virginia. It's a very large book festival. We sold more books than everybody. And then New York City, I got to know a big entertainment lawyer, and he was from out of town. He knew everybody in New York City, and we signed a deal with. They took over Bowling for the Mob, and we republished it as Redemption Now.
Okay, why did they change it? Why did they change it over? I'm sure the fans, I'm sure people here in Vegas and all over the United States want to know. Why wouldn't you keep that title? Why did they change it to that? Because of what you went on later on in life?
Yeah, what happened to me as the end of the other book finished, it was a great finish, and it's all about me in the beginning being very involved with all the mob and all that stuff around the action, and all that was big time, and the big book agent in New York loved it. But you wanted to bring up the redemption at the end of what happens.
Right,
and
so
that's really good.
Right, so what happens is what they did is they bought that out, and this way you tie in a book that goes from the beginning to the end, right?
Yeah, they take Bowling for the Mob down off of Amazon. We weren't any, and we got an offer. We took the offer, and now it's all going to work out. It's every major bookstore in America. It's on Audible.com. It's on ebook. It's everywhere, and now the people are coming into making it a film. So that's what happened. And as I finish the match, you'll see how exciting everything gets.
Right, you're gonna see it because they're watching it. They're watching it little by little as we go on. So,
yeah, the documentary was made in 2004. The one they're showing Bob Perry, the Bob Perry story. I made that as a documentary, and I started in 2001. It took me 3 years. John Kerry would have been in the documentary, except that he had passed away right before we had permission to go out and interview him, but that didn't happen because he passed away.
Right, that's beautiful. So, hey, listen, I got a fan that is with me every week. There's about 3 or 4 of them, all right, and I'd just like to give a shout out to them. Vinny in the house, Jill, Carmela. I'm looking for Fletch. I don't see him, but Jill says Bob seems like an awesome person. I don't know if Jill's single. I don't know if you are. I'm not a matchmaker, but she says Bob seems like an awesome person.
Single, I am.
All right, Jilly's single. So. All right, Jilly's single.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's
on Facebook. We'll give you the information later. Maybe you hook up. I don't know. I don't know what happens. All right, but I love when these questions come in and they chat. Let's talk about let's get back into some of the things where you said Gotti was involved before he became a boss, right?
Yeah, I met him when he's 9 years older than me. I'm 64. I met him when I was 17, and he was 26 at the time. So at that time, he was, a big tough guy, very big tough guy, and he liked the fact he loved bowling, he loved gambling, and he found out that gambling on bowling is great.
Okay, so
what happened is...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, all right, so if you made a score for him, did they throw you a few fazools, on the side? Hey, Bob, thanks, here's a few scene notes.
Oh, they took care of me. But what happened was, after I made the match with the guy in New York, we played the match for Belleville Lanes, and right outside North New Jersey in Belleville. And that's where Cabrera lived and everybody else in Jersey lived, right off Bloomfield Ave. And the match was for a Sunday night at 10 o'clock. So what happened is my drinking started real bad then. And I was drinking a lot. I was drugging a lot. And then I was supposed to practice all week. And of course I didn't. And then on Friday, my Uncle Raym came home and he said, "Where you been?" I said, "I've been practicing." He says, "I don't know. Nobody can find out where you are." And he says, "Come to my house. You're staying here to the match." And on Sunday evening, we went to pick up the other guys. That's Gotti. We drove out to Queens to pick him up. And we came down into New Jersey, and we walked into Belleville Lanes, Olympic Bowl.
Gabish.
And as we walked in the building, there was at least every degenerate gambler in the world was there. And there had to be over $1 million in the bowling alley.
Right.
This is a fact.
Right. Hey, let me throw something in there. I want to get some of my fans in too. Vin, he's Vin's from New York. It's great, right? Or is Fletch from the Bronx? I'm trying to remember. But anyway, Vinny, did you ever hang out with the connected guys and mob guys, or was it strictly business?
Well, most of all, yeah, I hung out with them. I didn't do anything, but I was their boy. They had to make sure nothing happened to me at the time. But I didn't do. I only saw them at night or at matches. You know, later on when my Uncle Raymond, I used to drive him around, but I strictly hung out with him for matches, and they made sure I was okay. They took good care of me. They took care of you.
Did they ever use any borrow any of your bowling balls for anything?
Nah, the balls were where they were. They never used any of them. Not that I know of. But I went through so many bowling balls later on. It could have.
I could imagine, man. God, that's classic. All right, let's go back to. I want to go back to this match. So, and because this ties into where we're going to go later, but the alcohol, the drugs, these things kind of tie into what happened on that match. We got a minute and 30 left in this segment, but I want to hear what happened on that match, and so do they.
Okay, so we hooked up in the bowling alley. We picked lanes 19 and 20. They were in the corner, and you always bowl a money match in the corner because good bowlers have a great advantage. And it was 10 o'clock at night, and man, I was dead. I was dead. I had no strength. I had nothing. And the first two matches, I'm telling them, "I need to drink. I need to drink." And they're telling me, "Go ahead and bowl. Go ahead and bowl." And the first bet was 6,000. We lost. The second bet was 13. And then my uncle walked up and said, "You on the up and up?" I said, "Yeah, I'm on the up and up." And the third match, Gotti went and bought me a bottle of vodka. I drank it down in 3 frames. And we proceeded. I started bowling better. I mean, I picked it up. And I lost the game on a solid 8. Like, one pin didn't fall when I needed to strike to win. And everybody was happy. Everybody was happy. We're going to win a lot of money. And then the other guy that I was bowling, he decided he wanted to quit. And Ruby Red walked over to me, and he said to me, "I don't have problems. I saw problems." I said, "Well, you got 2 problems. 1, your man ain't bowling no more, and 2, who's going to tell that guy?" and then Gotti walked over and said, "What's going on here?" I said, his boy's quitting. And Gotti walked up to the Ruby Red, took his finger, stuck it in his chest, and said, "You said you wanted to bowl for a lot of money. I have a lot of money." He says, "Here's what's going to happen. I'm locking the doors. Nobody's getting out. And either you're going to win all my money or I'm going to win all your money." And I proceeded to win the next 10 in a row. I won like 160,000.
Right.
I get out in the car. Gotti gets in the back seat.
All right,
sits in the front seat.
You know what? Stay right there. Gotti gets in the back seat. He's in the front. We're going to break. I'm a little bit behind. We're looking beautiful. Carmela, Love having you. Looking great, Joey. Always have wonderful guests. We do today. You're watching the Joey Ciccone Show Connected live from Las Vegas. I'll be right back with my guest, Bob Perry, the legend.